Hello everyone. Today, as we're diving into the heartwarming world of the magical Christmas, a family's enchanted holiday adventure. Join us as we explore a tale of wonder, family, and the magic of the holiday season. So, settle in, get comfortable, and let's begin our festive journey. Chapter 1. A special Christmas Eve. In a small village covered with snow, there was a little house. This house had bright lights and a big Christmas tree inside. Emma, a young girl, was sitting near the tree, looking at the pretty lights and colorful gifts. Her brother, Jack, was helping their mom and dad get ready for Christmas Eve. "Can you tell us a story, Dad?" Emma asked. She felt excited, but also a bit sleepy. "Of course," said her dad, David. He started to tell a story about the first snow on Christmas. It was a simple tale about snowflakes bringing happiness to everyone. As he told the story, Emma's mom, Anna, brought them hot cocoa. It was warm and smelled nice and like cinnamon. Emma listened to her dad and drank her cocoa. She started to feel very sleepy. Her eyes closed slowly as she listened to the story. Jack, her brother, also felt very relaxed and happy. It was now midnight. Outside, it kept snowing, making everything look white and beautiful. Inside, the family felt happy and safe together. They had each other, and that was what made this Christmas Eve special. Chapter 2. The Magic of the Morning. The next morning, the sun shone bright on the white snow. Emma woke up early, excited to see if Santa had come. She ran to the living room where the Christmas tree was. Her eyes sparkled when she saw the gifts under the tree. "Jack, wake up! Santa was here!" she shouted, running to her brother's room. Jack rubbed his eyes and smiled. "Let's go see," he said. The family gathered around the tree. They opened their gifts one by one. Emma got a beautiful doll she had wished for, and Jack got a book about adventures. Mom and Dad smiled, happy to see their children so joyful. After opening the gifts, they had a special breakfast. There were pancakes, eggs, and hot chocolate. Everyone talked and laughed, enjoying the cozy morning. Later, they decided to go outside. The village was quiet and peaceful. The snow made everything look like a winter wonderland. Emma and Jack played in the snow, building a snowman and throwing snowballs. As they played, an old man with a kind face walked by. He smiled at them and wished them a Merry Christmas. Emma thought he looked like Santa, but without the red suit. "Maybe he is a friend of Santa," Jack whispered to Emma. They went back inside when it got cold. Their cheeks were red from the cold, but they were happy. The rest of the day was spent playing games and telling stories. It was a simple day, but it was full of laughter and love. As night came, they sat by the fire again. Emma looked at her family and felt very lucky. This Christmas was special, not because of the gifts, but because they were together. She knew this was a day she would always remember. Chapter 3. The Mysterious Christmas Guest. Later that afternoon, as the sun began to set, there was a gentle knock on the door. Emma and Jack looked at each other with curiosity. Who could it be? Emma wondered aloud. Their dad opened the door to find a woman standing outside, her arms full of beautifully wrapped presents. She had a kind smile and sparkling eyes. "Hello, I'm Mrs. Claus," she said. "I'm visiting families in the village to spread some extra Christmas cheer." Emma and Jack couldn't believe their eyes. A real-life Mrs. Claus, right at their doorstep. Their parents invited her in, and she entered, bringing a gust of cold air and a sense of wonder with her. Mrs. Claus sat down and began to tell stories of the North Pole, of elves, and of the magical Christmas Eve when Santa delivered presents to children all over the world. Her stories were so vivid and exciting that Emma and Jack felt as if they were on a magical journey. Then Mrs. Claus handed out the presents she had brought. They were special gifts, each with a little note attached. Emma's gift was a small or handmade snow globe with a miniature village inside it. When she shook it, the snow swirled around in a beautiful dance. Jack's gift was a set of wooden toy soldiers crafted with amazing detail. As the evening went on, Mrs. Claus helped them decorate gingerbread cookies and taught them Christmas carols. The house was filled with the sweet smell of baking and the sound of laughter and singing. Before she left, Mrs. Claus pulled out a small old book. "This is a special book set of Christmas stories and traditions from around the world," she said, handing it to the family. "Keep the spirit of Christmas alive in your hearts and share these stories with others." With a warm hug and a merry twinkle in her eye, Mrs. Claus wished them a good night and left, disappearing into the snowy night as mysteriously as she had arrived. That night, as they sat by the fire, Emma and Jack felt a special kind of happiness. They had experienced a Christmas miracle. The visit from Mrs. Claus had brought them not just gifts, but a sense of wonder and joy that they would cherish forever. Chapter 4. The Enchanted Book of Christmas Tales. After Mrs. Claus had left, the family gathered around the fireplace, their curiosity piqued by the old book she had given them. David, the father, opened the book to the first page. The title read, "The Enchanted Book of Christmas Tales." "Let's read a story together," suggested Anna, the mother. They chose a story titled "The Christmas Star Adventure." As David began to read, something extraordinary happened. The words on the page seemed to shimmer and glow. The room around them started to change, transforming into the setting of the story. They found themselves sitting in a snowy forest under a starlit sky, just like in the book. Emma and Jack were amazed. They could feel the cold snow under their feet and the crisp winter air. It was as if they had stepped right into the story. In this magical world, they met talking animals, preparing for a special Christmas celebration. They helped the animals decorate a huge Christmas tree in the forest and listened to their tales of past Christmases. As the story unfolded, they went on an adventure to find the brightest stars to place atop the forest's Christmas tree. They journeyed through the snowy landscape, guided by the light of the stars above. Finally, they found the brightest star. It twinkled and sparkled, filling them with a sense of wonder. Together, they placed the star at the top of the tree. The animals cheered, and the forest lit up with a magical glow. When the story ended, the magic of the book gently brought them back to their living room. They were in awe. The book wasn't just a collection of stories, it was a gateway to magical Christmas adventures. "This book is special," Emma whispered, her eyes wide with amazement. "It's like magic." The family spent the rest of the evening reading different stories from the book, each one taking them on a new, magical adventure. They traveled to the North Pole, helped elves in their workshops, and even rode on Santa's sleigh. As they closed the book for the night, they felt a deep sense of joy and wonder. The magic of Christmas had come alive for them in a way they had never imagined. They went to bed with hearts full of happiness, knowing that this Christmas was truly one to remember. Chapter 5. The Heart of Christmas. The next morning, Christmas Day, the family woke up, still feeling the magic from the night before. The house was quiet, but the air was filled with the joy and warmth of their recent adventures. As they gathered for breakfast, they talked about the incredible experiences they had shared. "I can't believe we met talking animals and found the brightest star," said Emma, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "And riding on Santa's sleigh was like a dream," Jack added, grinning. Their parents smiled, feeling grateful for the magical moments they had shared as a family. "This Christmas has been extraordinary," said Anna. "But remember, the true magic of Christmas is not just in these adventures." David nodded in agreement. "That's right. It's about the love we share, the kindness we give, and the joy we bring to others. That's the real magic of Christmas." The family decided to share this magic with others. They packed up some of the cookies they had baked and gathered a few of their own gifts. Then they went out into the village, sharing treats and presents with their neighbors, especially those who were alone or in need. Everywhere they went, they were greeted with smiles and thanks. Emma and Jack felt a deep happiness in their hearts, knowing they were spreading joy and kindness. As the day came to an end, the family gathered again around the Christmas tree. They took a moment to thank each other for the love and happiness they shared. Emma and Jack looked at the enchanted book, now resting on the shelf. They knew that even without the book's magic, their family had created something very special this Christmas. Before bed, they opened the book one last time, not to read a story, but to place a family photo inside it. This photo, taken that morning, captured their joy and the magical spirit of this Christmas. They wanted to remember this Christmas forever. "Next year we'll have new stories to tell and new memories to make," said Emma. "And we'll always have the magic of Christmas in our hearts," Jack added. As they went to bed, the house was filled with a feeling of peace and contentment. Outside, the snow continued to fall gently, covering the village in a blanket of white. Inside, the family slept, their hearts full of the true magic of Christmas, love, joy, and the warmth of family. Chapter 6. A New Dawn of Christmas Spirit. As the first rays of the morning sun gently touched the snow-covered village, the family woke up to a quiet house, still filled with the warmth of the previous night's joy. The magic of their Christmas adventures lingered in the air as a sweet reminder of the wonders they had experienced. Sitting around the breakfast table, they shared smiles and stories from their magical journey. "It feels like we really did travel to those magical places," said Emma, her eyes sparkling with the memories. Jack, with a thoughtful look, added, "I think the best part was learning how much fun it is to make other people happy." Their parents nodded in agreement. "We're proud of you both, Mikiri," said Anna. "You've learned that the spirit of Christmas is about more than just gifts and magic. It's about kindness, giving, and being together." As they finished breakfast, they noticed something different outside. The village seemed brighter, more alive. Neighbors were greeting each other with smiles and laughter. Children were playing in the snow. And there was a sense of happiness and community in the air. "It looks like the magic of our Christmas has spread through the whole village," David observed, smiling. The family decided to spend the day outside, joining their neighbors in building snowmen, having snowball fights, and enjoying the winter wonderland. The joy they had felt during their magical adventures now spread to everyone they met. As the day came to a close, they gathered once more around their Christmas tree. The enchanted book lay closed on the shelf, but the magic it had brought into their lives was very much alive in their hearts. "This Christmas will always be a special memory for us," said Emma, holding her family's hands. "And we'll keep the spirit of this Christmas alive all year," added Jack. As they went to bed that night, the house was filled not just with the magic of Christmas, but with the love and joy of a family who had discovered the true meaning of the holiday. Outside, the stars shone brightly over the village, as if winking in approval at the wonderful transformation the family had inspired. And in that peaceful starlit night, The family slept, their hearts content and full of hope for the new year ahead, knowing that the best gifts of Christmas are those that live on in the heart. I hope you enjoyed our magical Christmas journey as much as I loved sharing it with you. If this story warmed your heart, please give us a like and consider subscribing to our channel. Your likes and support mean the world to us and help us continue to spread the magic of storytelling. Thank you for joining our festive adventure, and happy holidays to you and yours.